Last time on GameGrumps.
Knowing that, the person who drew the magic circle has to be the culprit.
My hair is raising Ghibli style. That's how you know something
Pretend
serious.
I'm pointing at you. I pointed too high, but I've committed to this direction, so I'm gonna stick with it.
He's like points somewhere and then like slightly adjusts it.
It had to be you. The light fixture?
You!
Kaido, push my hand down.
Hey, I'm Grumps. I'm not so Grump, and we're the GameGrumps.
I'll give it a try, Dan.
Hello, we are back. It's time to finish chapter 3, the third class trial. We're on the trail. Kyo has been accused, and it's looking pretty grim.
He's gonna die.
Okay.
Kyo's gonna die.
Will they unravel him like a mummy? And Keebo here is going to try a new function that Miyu very aggressively installed into him, where he prints out a memory of his. So, yeah. Go for it, Aaron.
All right.
Ready?
New drawing.
Steady. Whoa.
From your mouth?
I've also used magic like that before.
What?
This prints out as my memory of being kicked out of the seance. Please confirm that the floor of the empty room is clearly visible. Go on, take the picture and see for yourself.
Okay, got it.
I reluctantly took the paper from Keebo's mouth.
Printing the picture.
Yeah!
Oh, he drew lines to the corners.
So this is the magic circle used for the seance. Oh, naughty,
Well,
naughty.
Shuichi, do you notice anything?
Come!
Yes, Jay.
There!
There!
Sorry, I said that
Yourself
too
a lot,
loud.
Keebo. Without you, I never would have seen through Kyo's lie.
Oh my god.
lie.
Keebo saw through Kyo's eye!
My lie.
You just said that you drew the magic circle exactly as it appears in the document.
But you drew a J!
But that's a lie, isn't it?
I did?
The magic circle at the scene had lines that stretched to the room's corners, which means that you would be able to find the floorboard from anywhere in the room.
So it was different from the document after all.
So it was a different drawing than what was in the doc. It was a different.
All because Himiko noticed. And because of Keebo, too.
This is time for joy.
Hey, where's my thanks? I'm the one who installed that function into Keebo.
I did it! My fucking splee's out!
You were saying about its purpose.
Oh, to be honest, the purpose of that image recording function is to monitor my health.
What?
Specifically, I make Keebo use that function every day to analyze my turds.
Okay.
I think analyze my turds might be one of the 3 funniest words I've ever seen in succession. Could you imagine running up to someone and yelling that? Analyze my turds. Aaron, this is your kind of girl.
What's up, San Francisco? We are Analyze My Turds! 1, 2, 3, 4!
What? Why?
I always thought it was pronounced
It
analyze.
is a great indicator of intestinal health and gut bacteria quality.
That is true.
She's right.
Plus, taking a satisfying shit does wonders for a woman's natural beauty, so... See? You're all grossed out! This is why I didn't want to tell you about my plan!
You're the one who brought it up.
About your poop, no one cares.
God, I wish I could screenshot this. Just show it to you all the time.
This is a great meme image.
Yeah.
I definitely want this on my phone.
It's the best. Yeah.
You know what?
Just to remind you at all times. Yeah, take a
I'm
picture.
just gonna take a quick pic real
Yeah,
quick.
absolutely.
There we go. Hold on, I'm
Yeah,
zooming in.
go horizontal.
Yeah. Horizontal.
You're on video
Whoops,
right now.
my bad.
Okay, it's all right.
I'm such a fucking dill hole. Hold on, I'm zooming in. Hold on.
This is actually happening, by the way.
Hold on, I'm zooming in.
For those of you at home.
All right, there we go. I got it.
Click.
I'll
all right.
crop it later.
Okay, cool. Good work.
Yo, You killed Tenko, didn't you? Just give up and admit it already.
Just give up and just die already. Just freaking give up and give me a cracker.
But is Kyo gonna die?
Kyo,
yeah.
Because Tenko's not the murderer.
Your are fiction.
Oh. Tenko's not the murderer, it's Angie's murderer.
Yeah.
I will most certainly object. To be honest, it's unimportant, but it may be an amusing diversion.
Mm-hmm.
God, can you imagine if Angie's killer is someone else and they get rid of that person and Kyo just sticks around as someone they know is a murderer?
Yeah.
That's gonna be awkward.
I did mention that earlier, but it's fine. It's fine.
Now
Quit talking
I
about
shall
your
bear
poop.
witness to your abilities, Shuichi. Do entertain me.
Yeah, you seem real chill.
Oh shit. Quit talking about your poop. No one cares.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit, then what of the murder weapon?
Great
It
work.
was set up in the cage.
What the fuck is happening?
The only people capable of that are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. Suspicion should fall on them.
God damn it.
If you are going to claim I am the culprit,
I lost.
then what of the murder weapon?
That's what the words meant.
Okay.
It was set up in the cage. The only people capable of that
Mia's still thinking about her shit.
are Kokichi and Shuichi, who carried the cage. So suspicion should fall on them.
True, we could have placed the sickle there, but we could not have removed it later. Because we weren't the ones who lifted the cage. That was Himiko.
No, you're a silly goose!
The only person who could have collected the sickle is Himiko. But the only people who could have placed the sickle are Kokichi. But in regards to that dilemma, I did not carry the cage, nor I had no opportunity to touch the sickle.
You did.
Cut through your words.
You had an opportunity, I think, at some point.
The only person who could have set up the sickle and retrieved it afterward is Kyo. That was done by covering the cage with a white cloth.
Oh. I'm going to cover the
You could
cage
have
with the white
secretly
cloth
placed
and
the
sickle.
sickle when you draped
I mean
the
white cloth.
and retrieved it afterward when you removed the cloth.
It's like a magic trick. Why does he look like an old man when he's doing that?
Everyone was distracted. You discreetly dropped the sickle under the floor.
Wonderful! That's exactly correct.
Okay. What?
It's correct. Then why don't you give up already?
The trick I put so much work into is just wasted effort now. Alas.
So, it was you? You killed Tenko?
Let me guess. You'll never forgive me. Himiko, you must hate me so very much.
I fucking
Maybe
do.
you'd feel better if I was executed by Monokuma. But unfortunately for you, that won't happen.
Because you
For me,
are an
every
asshole.
Spotless, including myself, will die.
What you talking about, Kyo?
Amazing different strokes reference, Miu.
You still don't understand? I killed Tenko. That is the truth.
Wow, that is
But
what's
it
gonna happen.
meaningless in this class trial.
Good lord.
Meaningless?
Meaningless.
You mean Monokuma's extra rule, right?
It is a little extra.
Well, time for me to talk again. That's right. What happens to your votes if there are two blackened candidates? Well, I have an answer for that. It's first come, first served.
You see, I killed Tenko, but not Angie.
So why... Wait, what was the motive, though? They said Kyo had a motive.
I don't know. Kill someone?
Okay.
For us, Tenko's death is nothing but a trivial issue.
Okay.
Because the blackened in this trial is the culprit who killed Angie.
Trivial issue?
Should we pursue it?
No, that's gotta be a lie. You probably killed Angie too.
categories are
That is
geography,
Recall that
murder.
I was unable to enter Angie's lab.
Oh, only student council members and Kokichi could enter research lab.
Oh wait, Gonta.
How could I have
student
possibly
council
killed
member.
Angie when I couldn't even enter her
Gonta
lab?
did it. Gonta kill Angie.
We can figure that out. No one else could have done it besides you.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're the one who killed Tenko, you gotta be the one who killed Angie.
Or I'm gonna be so cross.
I
don't wanna
understand
hit
how
two
you
people.
feel, Himiko, but maybe we can discuss this rationally and calmly.
Analyze my
There's
turds!
a non-zero possibility that Kyo is telling the truth.
So you understand how she feels. I see. Wait, robots can understand human feelings?
Of course I understand. I work really hard to understand.
I study the poops of humans all the time.
Hey, why are you
Analyze the
getting all
human
worked up, Keebo? Chill, dude.
That's enough! It's voting time! I'm gonna vote for him!
Himiko.
Voting for me will only help the one who murdered Angie.
Isn't Kyo culprit?
No, Gonta.
Gonta,
We
keep up.
just.
Of course I'm not. This case was an error on my part. Monokuma added that rule after both bodies were found, yes? How was I to know that the trial would only be for Angie's killer? Had I known, I certainly wouldn't have killed Tenko.
Oh, okay. So he's saying he thought he would have gone free, but now that he knows, that was his motive, to try to get out. He didn't know the rules about it not mattering with a second murder.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
His motive was just the normal motive of trying to be the blackened and get
Oh,
free.
I see.
You're lying! You killed Tenko and Angie!
Now hold on. Jumping to conclusions here is dangerous.
We should talk it out more. This
Jumping to
case might
conclusions
have
here is
juicy plot
dangerous.
twists waiting to
The
happen.
kind of thing a murderer would do. Right, Himiko?
To that, any way you look at this case, Kyo is obviously the culprit.
Yeah, there's sort of no other way to look at it.
I mean, I'm sure there are other ways, but I don't care
I'm just too plain.
No, it's too dangerous to vote before we arrive at a logical decision.
The culprit's one of you! Wowee! This argument is getting intense! At times like this,
You learned to love again?
Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds.
Okay.
Yippee! I've
Fun
been
stuff.
waiting for this!
Oh, awesome.
Have you?
Why were you waiting for it?
Kyo confessed to killing Tenko, but insists he didn't kill Angie. We won't forgive Kyo for what he did. Like, we're not gonna party with him anymore. But we can't vote until we know the facts.
I mean, he's such a good guy. Can you imagine him killing Angie?
I feel like I've known him my whole life. Who is he? What does he look like? I have to pin down the evidence and convince everyone.
Split out with you.
Split the...
We're doing the platforms now. The spirally
Oh.
platforms.
Wow.
I mean, nothing changes. It just.
It's just exciting.
I think now we do the like rapid fire, where we get split up into teams or whatever. You know, and then it's like, oh, but you just have to read what the thing says.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Vote now. Don't vote yet. Okay.
Kyo killed Tenko and Angie!
Keebo, we don't know for certain that Kyo killed Angie.
Yeah.
He forced his way into Angie's research lab and
I've got this! But he couldn't get into Angie's research lab.
The katana was found in Kyo's lab.
Lab.
Kyo, anyone could have entered my lab.
Yep.
Kyo did kill Tenko, but he not blackened?
Blackened.
Kokichi! Perhaps there's a second blackened we need to find.
He was planning to use the new rule to protect himself all along.
Cool.
No, he didn't know
Possible. That rule was added.
We've already
after
established
both
all of
murders.
this.
We solved the mystery of Tenko's death.
Mystery.
Not yet. There's still another mystery to solve.
A Nancy Drew mystery.
Who shit in my pants?
Somebody analyze these turds. Oh, you don't know what B is? A. Y. X. Yeah.
Yabba dabba doo!
This is our answer. Answer hamburger.
Before we've completely solved Angie's murder.
Who said hamburger?
Oh, that's hamburger.
It was like a really obvious like hamburger.
Oh man.
It would be a mistake.
And there's
Okay.
still the mystery of Tenko's murder.
Mystery? What kind of mystery?
Like a murder mystery.
Scooby-Doo mystery.
Our conversation a bit.
A Scooby-Doo toilet mystery.
That was
We still have to
fun.
go over one of the clues found at Tenko's crime scene. I believe it might even have something to do with Angie's murder.
Yes, the outlying piece of evidence at Tenko's murder scene.
Oh fuck. There was dried blood.
Oh.
There was dried blood.
This is it! The blood stain found under the floor. Maki and I found it during the investigation.
Trust us.
That's it. You're right.
It was
Yes.
beneath the
Hamburger.
floorboard that the culprit stomped on.
I can't even eat. I don't know why I say it.
It was beneath the floorboard. Blah blah blah.
Tenko's blood?
That bloodstain was too far from Tenko's corpse.
Why don't you analyze these turds?
Also, the bloodstain was
There's like
already
turds
dry
on
when we
it.
found
There were
it.
dried turds. I can analyze them.
But the blood from
How
Tenko's
convenient.
body
This is what I was born for.
wasn't dry yet.
Well, that's weird. Why was that bloodstain the only dry one?
The bloodstain under the floorboard was dry because
It was Angie's.
it was there before Tenko. Yeah.
That's it. The bloodstain wasn't from Tenko's murder. It was there before we started the seance.
Before the seance?
Before the seance.
That should make it clear whose blood it was. The bloodstain from before the seance. It has to be them.
Kokishi's, obviously.
That's it. That
was
bloodstain
Angie's.
wasn't Tenko's. It was Angie's.
Why was blood from Angie at the scene of Tenko's murder?
Yeah, wasn't Angie killed in her research lab?
Are they saying Kyo killed her too? And when he dropped the sickle, it had her. Well, no, I guess not. But he would have been.
found her
He would have
body.
had her
Doesn't
blood
mean
on
she
him when
was
he was
killed
cutting
there.
the floorboard out.
Yeah, maybe.
Ah, I guess that's possible.
If Angie wasn't killed in her lab, then that opens up a lot more possibilities.
Maybe she's still
We
alive.
assumed that only council members could have killed Angie since her body was in her lab. But if she died somewhere else, then we can't suspect just the council members anymore.
So the culprit didn't enter her lab, but waited for her to come out of it?
Oh, of course.
I'm not
Killed
sure
her,
if
put
the
her in
culprit
there,
Waited for her.
and then used
They
the katana to
probably
close the
killed her
door.
when she came out. Well,
Kyo,
I
you
thought
naughty
that was more
bastard.
likely from the start.
Who says it was Kyo?
I don't know, it just
I went to
seems
places
right.
Angie might have gone and checked all 3 empty rooms.
Places she might have gone? Why did you check the empty rooms then?
The empty rooms were the only places I could think of that Angie would go.
Did Angie have business in rooms?
Angie had pleasure in
Seems
rooms.
Kokichi's up to his usual misleading nonsense again.
Take it from me, the
I do lie a
murderer.
lot. And I could be lying right now, too. But I'm pretty sure someone's panicking right now because of my lie.
Nobody's panicking.
Angie left her lab on her own and headed to the room where she was killed. Is Kokichi's statement true, or could be anything? Non-stop debate. Start.
The art research lab is not where Angie was killed. She was killed in the empty room instead.
Angie forgot something there.
Her lab on her own?
But why would she go into an empty room? There shouldn't have been anything in there. Except for candles.
Why candles? What'd she want them for, hamburger?
Wanted a candle!
agree.
Hey! So happy.
Yeah!
That's it. Angie went to that room to get a candle.
Yeah, for kinky wax play.
Uh-huh.
Yup, that's right, Mew.
No. Angie was gonna use it for the ritual.
Falls over.
According to the Necronomicon, to resurrect the dead,
You need to burn it. You need to burn the Necronomicon.
Yup.
Please be careful.
Then, did she seek out a candle so she could burn the book?
Burn the book.
That's right. There's nothing to start a fire with in Angie's lab.
Nothing to start a fire.
Okay, Aaron. Aw,
So she
we
went
get
to go
bonus
get a
Angie
candle
pictures.
from one of the empty rooms.
The cult leader.
the cult
Yeah.
I miss her already.
Yeah, she was great.
Hey.
That's why there was dried blood under floor.
Oh, schnickety ding dong.
Which means Angie was attacked in the same room the seance was held. Bravo, Himiko. Well done for choosing that room for the seance.
Bravo, Himiko. You're the one to go, go, go.
If we hadn't done the seance in that room, then Tenko's murder would have been in another room.
Okay.
If that happened, no one would have discovered Angie's blood stain under the floorboards.
That's right. Shuichi and I only checked under the floorboards where Tenko died.
There might be candy and presents under other floorboards.
Hamburger.
Yep, it's all thanks to Himiko for choosing the same room as Angie.
Keebo, shut up!
Powering down.
Must be a two as will. Or maybe the power of magic.
It's neither. I just picked one.
Hold on. You're all acting as though you've proven that as fact already.
Proven what is fact?
That I
You claim
killed
Angie
both of
was
them.
murdered in the empty room, and then moved to the lab? Then how do you explain the large amount of blood in the lab?
Blood.
It may be possible to carry a body, but blood cannot be
Said
moved.
blood like a British person. Blood.
Maybe he cut her again?
I think she was still alive after the attack in the empty room.
I think she was just like kind of like she's like tired.
She's like vibing.
She was killed after she was carried to her lab.
That means the culprit attacked her twice. I have evidence of that.
Oh, it was the head, forehead injury.
Oh, yes, that's right.
This is it!
I thought she just bonked her head when she got the knife through the
back
neck.
of her neck from a katana. But she also showed signs of blunt force trauma, and I think I know why.
The trauma katana.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. It's a great rhyme.
After Angie was knocked unconscious in the empty room, she was killed in her lab.
I see. So that puddle of blood is from the killing blow.
Yes, Kaito.
Ha! It's all clear now.
Actually, it was kind of cloudy.
Angie was attacked in the empty room, carried to her lab, and it was there that the culprit finished her off.
All clear. This is all clear. What are you all talking about? All clear? What is all clear? What are you? All clear? What are you all? You what? What are? I will not fear. I will not back down.
What?
Sweet Korekiyo.
Damn, you were right all along.
Goodness gracious!
Their words are all hollow. There is no meaning to any of them.
Wow, that is shocking. I was just making a I can't see their face joke.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Everyone's got like fucking eyes popping out of their heads. She couldn't have done it.
Wow, yeah. I think she's innocent. Oh my god, she's so hot.
Yes, you're right. Okay, I'll teach them.
What the hell are you mumbling about?
Oh, he's got like a split personality. So like one of them killed one of them and the other one killed the other.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, they're like talking to each other.
Oh.
Not yet. nothing is clear at all.
It's full of doubts, of mysteries, of a dense, impenetrable fog! Nothing is clear at all!
I'd like to place my vote.
Oh, Rebuttal Showdown, my favorite.
So wait, was that Kiyo's actual face, or
Angie
was that just
attacked
the
in
second
empty room
personality?
First,
I think both.
and then carried into the research lab? Impossible! Impossible!
I feel like people would have had more of a reaction if that was the real face.
You would tend to poison our minds with your delusions?
Well, I mean, what are they gonna do? Draw
It's
new
no
pictures?
delusion. Angie's 2 external wounds tell the story.
That would be asking a lot.
Yeah.
After she was struck in the empty room, she was carried to the art research lab and then killed.
I love this song, bro. The one where
Say
it's
the
like,
culprit carried Angie's body? And not a single drop of blood fell? The hallway and empty room had no bloodstains.
Dude,
Even
my
if you wiped them down later, there'd still be traces of evidence left behind.
Yeah.
But there was no evidence anywhere,
There
was
was.
there, Shuichi?
I'll cut through your words.
Sword! Sorry, let me
Evidence
continue.
Left at the scene. The bloody tape under Angie's body.
Yeah, you fucking idiot!
What?
It was wrapped around her head to stop the bleeding while she was being carried.
Bloody tape? Gonta didn't notice at all.
in fact, Gonta been pretty checked out for a lot of days.
Now, where go to hide that weed?
It was under the body. It's most likely evidence the culprit should have gotten rid of. But since it was hidden, the culprit didn't notice and failed to dispose of it.
Oh no. It must have fallen as the fatal blow was dealt and ended up under her body.
It must have been Atua who did that for us.
Oh man. Trying to make it happen right to the very end, Himiko.
Atua? How long are you going to keep that up?
Now we know most of the mystery behind Angie's murder.
I'm convinced there's only one person who could have killed Angie.
It was Keebo.
Maybe this not at all guilty looking person.
It's you, Kyo. You killed Angie.
Down here.
What the fuck? So it's true!
What the fuck?
Well, that was obvious. Such a boring, obvious answer.
Wow. The writers selling themselves out?
Yeah, Kokichi, fucking show a little heart,
Killed
please.
both of them. Why did you kill them?
Yeah, was the second one just for fun?
In terms of pure logic, only one victim was necessary to win.
I think it was just to throw everyone off.
Why? Why you killed them both?
I think one of the murders was an accident.
What?
An accident?
The one with the floorboards and the sickle that was...
Yeah, the premeditated floorboard cutout. Or where
right.
Angie got attacked randomly.
Yeah.
Huh? Which one?
I guess Kyo was probably setting up the initial murder, and then Angie was like there.
Oh.
She's like, "What are you doing?"
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's it.
Then why go through with it? Ah, well, whatever.
Angie's murder was an accident.
A hilarious goof and gaff.
Tenko wasn't accident?
No,
That's
Gonta.
right. Kyo originally planned to kill someone with the seesaw trick. But while he was making preparations in the empty room, Angie walked in.
She was
So
like, "What
he
the
decided
fuck?"
to kill her in order to keep her from talking.
Talking about what? She's looking at a candle.
She just happened to walk in on the culprit setting up and was killed.
Well, I'm sure once it happened, Angie would be like, I saw Kyo in there with I was looking at a candle.
Then he should have just stopped there.
Yeah, probably.
Once he killed Angie, there was no reason for him to kill Tenko.
You only needed to kill one for this game. Killing two is pointless. If you get bonus points for killing more, then sure. Otherwise, it leaves more clues behind.
Why, Kyo? Why you kill two of our friends?
Yeah, I feel like you could have gotten away with it if it was just Angie.
Yeah, because it was the other crime that led to the solving of the first one.
Yeah.
What on earth are you talking about? No, I'm not the culprit.
I am.
So
You're the culprit.
Why is everyone looking at me like I am? Why? Why are they? Why is it? Calm yourself, Korekiyo.
Yeah, I told you.
Yes. You mustn't raise your voice. You mustn't stutter. You mustn't lose composure. You mustn't become flustered. You mustn't waver. Look at their horrid faces. This sorry lot is not worth agonizing over.
I'm definitely not sweaty anymore.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There he goes again. What the hell's wrong with him?
It almost seems like he's talking with someone.
Mother.
Someone? He's just talking to himself. And why the hell is he wearing lipstick?
No matter how loudly you protest, this is a trivial matter. I will never acknowledge your allegations. Not a single one of them.
For I've filled in all 6 pie pieces in my playing piece.
For you see, there is no evidence that I killed Angie. No, I will not acknowledge it.
So we're voting for Korekiyo, right?
Yeah.
I will only acknowledge facts, true events. I won't acknowledge fiction, mystery. I won't acknowledge
Fantasy, science fiction, young adult romance, vampire novels.
Well said. Good job, Korekiyo. Yes, thanks.
Self high five.
Creeps me the fuck out!
I'm gonna go analyze some more turns!
No evidence. There's no evidence that he killed Angie?
I mean, not really.
You're wrong. There is evidence.
Oh, right, there is.
You do realize bluffs like that won't work, yes?
The weapon that was used to knock Angie unconscious in the empty room. That weapon tells us the whole story, Kyo.
That's not possible. I think you may have misunderstood.
Uh-huh.
Apologize. Come on, apologize.
Apologize!
Apologize. 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 Come on. Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Stop, you're making the word get all weird because I'm seeing it too much.
Yeah.
Seriously, what the hell's happening?
A mental breakdown?
I have no idea what's happening with Kyo. But I know what weapon he used on Angie. I have to prove it to him.
Okay.
To him. He would know. Oh, Lord.
I have nothing to admit.
Oh, B. Oh, B.
You are simply wrong.
B. What? I forgot how to do this.
Yeah.
Right, B.
I'm
All right.
not the culprit.
X.
So I have nothing to confess.
Okay. X, X, A.
I have nothing
A.
to admit.
Got it. B.
You are
Yeet,
simply
B.
wrong.
A. A.
I'm not the culprit. So I have nothing to confess. I have nothing to admit. You are simply wrong. Why must you force your delusions on us? Your logic. That's merely a delusion. Well said, Korekiyo. To continue this debate is meaningless.
Why?
Why must
A.
you force your delusions on us?
Well, mixed results going on here.
Your logic.
Whoa, whoops, wrong
It's merely
button.
a delusion.
Miss me with that shit.
Korekiyo. To continue this debate is meaningless. Why must you force your delusions on us?
Bro, when you're hitting like that jug
That's
band.
merely a delusion.
Pink. Multiple misses.
I just still haven't gotten like a handle on where all the buttons are.
So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me. Korekiyo speaks the truth.
Whoops.
Such a sorry lot.
Oh my god.
Apologize. 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 Apologize.
Oh my god, Aaron.
So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong.
No, I'm wrong.
Korekiyo speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize. Apologize.
I'd rather not.
Apologize.
Whoops.
Apologize. Apologize. Apologize.
Oh,
I told
fuck.
you I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong.
Oh boy.
Korekiyo speaks the truth. Such a sorry lot. Apologize.
Wow, why is it getting harder?
Apologize.
Stop.
Oh no! Oh, don't apologize!
I am not the culprit. So why are you looking at me like that? You're all wrong, not me.
Ding dong, bing bong.
Such a sorry lot. Apologize.
Oh my God!
Apologize.
I fucking suck at this.
Alright, you're killing me.
It's hard!
I know, I'm sure it is.
Okay, there you go. Final blow.
You have no proof that Korekiyo is the killer.
Remove floorboard. Remove floorboard.
It ends here!
Hot.
I guess. So
Keebo
confused.
hit Angie with the same floorboard used in the seesaw trick.
Yeah.
I see. And how do you know the floorboard was the murder weapon?
I see.
There was a small patch of dried blood on the underside of the floorboard.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember that.
This is where he bonked her.
Bonked her right on head?
Blood that spattered there when the culprit struck Angie with the board. But that's not the only evidence that she was hit with that floorboard. There's also the blood stain under the floor to consider. For that to be there,
It must
the
have been quite a
floorboard
bonk.
must not have been in place at the time of the attack.
Oh, great point.
Good point. Had the floorboard been in place, her blood wouldn't have splattered beneath it.
Kiyo's earlier confession is further evidence that the floorboard was used.
How?
If the
I
weapon
just said.
used to hit Angie is the floorboard from the seesaw trick,
It means the culprit knew about the seesaw, so the same person killed Tenko and Angie.
I mean,
and who might that be?
Circumstantial.
Sorry, I kind of lost it for a second there.
I believe that while Kiyo was setting up the seesaw, he was holding the board when Angie walked in.
Hello.
And he
Very
cold
beatable
cocked her
head
with a
here.
floorboard.
Cold cocked her.
all you can do now is accept it. You even confessed to Tenko's murder already.
So it's true. This is the truth.
This is Sparta.
Gentle kick
Just kicks
into
him.
it, just nudges him with her foot into the well.
Looks like we're almost at the end. All right, Shuichi, I'll leave the finale to you. Bring down the house.
All right, let's we'll blind out to the side.
Then I'll die in the shade.
Ichi, please, put an end to this. For Angie and Tenko's sake. End this class trial.
I understand.
I understand how you feel.
I'll go over everything one more time.
It'll take 45
You
minutes.
to confess.
God.
No, I will force you to confess.
All right, here we go. Closing argument.
Okay, what do I have? We got removed gold katanas, duct tape, a cut crossboard. So that's gotta be the early one, or motherfuck. I hate these. You have to pay so much attention.
Yeah.
Shit sucks. Shit sucks. Here. Okay. Then we got. What weapon knocked Angie unconscionso? Floorboard. Floorboard. The
Boom.
removed floorboard.
Panel.
What was compressing the injury?
The duct tape.
The tape. Why is this one so much easier than the other ones?
I don't know. This one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Go figure.
What weapon killed Angie? The katana. The katana.
The katana nana.
What? Removed the gold leaf katana? No.
Maybe you don't have that one open yet.
Oh my god. Whose effigy was stabbed with the katana?
Kaede.
She's not available either.
Okay.
The handle of the spinning katana. Removed gold leaf? What? What the fuck is this shit? The lock.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see.
Sure. That's a little confusing, but whatever. This one, when Angie's body was found, who unlocked the door? I don't remember. Who fucking unlocked the door?
Was it Kokichi?
Was it Kokichi? Koichi? Oh, it was Kokichi.
Yeah, he's a lockpick.
Okay, I don't have that yet.
Okay.
No big deal. What object did Tanko read? The fucking stone.
Yup.
We have that one.
Excellent.
The small stone. Yes. What weapon did the culprit set up on the iron cage?
The sickle.
The sickle.
The sickle?
The sickle.
Sickle place to kill.
And now with the, who besides Kokichi was responsible for extinguishing the candles?
That I don't remember.
The
path made with salt. Nope, don't have it.
Okay. How was the culprit able to move around in the darkness?
Oh, that's the salt.
The salt. A path made with salt. When the culprit approached the cage. What? What are you talking about? Stomp on the floorboard?
Oh, yes.
Stomp on the floorboard. Stomp on the floorboard. Stomp on the floor. How did the magic circle get erased?
Footsteps.
Footsteps? Do I have that?
Yeah, you just did it.
I did?
Yep.
Oh, footsteps contaminating basine.
And now you have Kokichi for the lockpick.
Who besides Kokichi was responsible?
Nope.
Shuichi extinguishes the flame.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Good to know. Got that one. When Angie's body was found, who unlocked the door? Kokichi's lockpicking. It did it's a question mark. Whose effigy was stabbed?
Kaede.
Stabbed effigy. What weapon killed Angie? That's a correct.
This is the truth of the case.
All right, there we go.
Let's look back at the first murder.
For all time's sake.
It was late last night. The culprit was in the empty room on the 4th floor.
Love was in the air.
Yeah, it was a late July evening. Korekiyo's parents were just getting down.
The culprit was preparing the seance murder they had planned. To use the floorboard as a seesaw, they had to cut the crosspiece supporting it. The plan was to make the same preparations for all 3 empty rooms. This would divert suspicion away from the culprit and whoever picked a room.
Okay.
To cut the crosspiece.
Honestly, this one's probably the best one.
Yeah, this makes sense from a murder standpoint.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was planned. It wasn't this fucking Rube. I mean, there was a bit of a Rube Goldberg ass element to it, but it was definitely like.
You don't have to suspend your
pre-orchestrated.
disbelief that much.
Yeah.
They were planning to cut the crosspieces in all 3 rooms. However, when the culprit was working on the middle room, the unexpected happened. Angie walked into that room and saw the culprit making their preparations. She needed some fire for the ritual and had gone to the room for a candle. At that point, the culprit had not finished the setup and was just cutting crosspieces. Angie might not have concluded that it was tied to some kind of murder plan. But now that Angie had seen it, the culprit couldn't use the seesaw trick. Any other person might have just given up, but not our culprit.
He was too cool for school. Bunk.
Huh.
Something's up.
The culprit took the floorboard they loosened and struck the unsuspecting Angie in the head.
How is she unsuspecting? She was looking right at him.
I think maybe he was just like, I'm just dicking around, and she's like, okay, hit the candle.
Yeah.
The culprit did not want to give up on their
drip.
plan and had to improvise.
Act 2. This is a short
They
play.
wrapped duct tape around Angie's injury to stop the bleeding. Then they picked up her unconscious body and carried her to a research lab.
Oh, so heavy.
He encountered 3 more people that he had to murder on the way to the art room.
The culprit hurried to tie up this loose end.
Flutter.
But because they were in a hurry, they made a crucial oversight.
Oh.
They didn't notice the duct tape had peeled off and was under Angie's body.
Oh.
Without that evidence, we may never have figured out the culprit's trick.
Uh-huh.
Carrying the supplies they needed, the culprit returned to the ultimate art lab. Locked the front door from inside.
Kicked his feet up and partied all night.
And took out the katana they brought from their own lab.
Oh!
Angie
Oh my God!
Finally killing her.
Whoa!
Then, to further
When you pull the
confuse
sword
us,
back out, you become the
culprit
savior of
attempted to make a
Hyrule.
locked room mystery. First, they used rope from the warehouse and hung 4 effigies upside down.
I bet it did
There were
hurt.
2 reasons for this. To overwhelm the room with an occult atmosphere. And the other was the key to locking the room.
I feel like they just could have walked out, you know?
Probably.
I don't know.
He's a weird dude.
The culprit stuck the katana into Kaede's effigy near the rear entrance.
Bats! Sorry, I read that wrong.
And spun the effigy around. After enough turns, the culprit let go and headed for the rear door.
Spinny, spinny, spinny.
Ka-chunk. Whoa.
Once released, the effigy began spinning, and the gold leaf katana with it.
This is dumb. This is dumb. That's the only part of this that I'm like, this is
Then
dumb.
hit the sliding lock.
I mean, you'd have to really work on the distance to make sure it's perfect, but
Yeah,
it could work.
It's very like.
A difficult
I don't even want to
trick,
work on the
but
fucking
remember,
alignment of
the lock was
a
so loose
picture I
it moved
frame on the
at
wall.
Remember that the lock was so loose it moved at the slightest touch, Aaron.
The culprit also would have had the opportunity to attempt it many times.
Why not just like use a string or something and tie it to it and then pull it through the door?
Once complete, the door was locked, but the duct tape was left behind.
Quack.
Perhaps the culprit noticed it, but by that point, it was too late. The room was sealed. There was no way for them to get back inside. Then, this morning, we opened up the room and discovered Angie's body.
God, was that only this morning? What a grand adventure we've been on.
But the culprit wasn't finished.
Angie, wake up.
They wanted one more murder.
All right, I'm sorry. We'll finish this next time.
No!
Yes.
All right.
Bye. I gotta pee.
Okay.